Have I talked about how much I love stationery? I usually don't have much use for it, but I love just the idea of an empty notebook. Look how nice this looks, man. Like, oh, I could write stuff in it. Then I got this nice pen, little Japanese pen with like archival ink. Look at that, man. But yeah, I really don't have much need for notebooks like this. What I actually use is this rewritable notebook with erasable ink. And this is fantastic because it's basically like a whiteboard notebook. So I can write in anything, and then when I want to erase something, very easy to erase. And I've gone through this entire like 50-page notebook, and now I'm just erasing it as I go. When it comes to stuff like notebook and productivity and all that, it's like you have to do the work that you want to do for a little while before you know what you actually need. So if you're like me, these little things, pretty much useless, but this, incredibly useful. This was sent to me by Esther, by the way. Thanks, Esther. So my friend needed me to extract all of the hard drives from these old computers. Some of these are quite old. 3 of them are IDE and 1 of them is SATA. Let us extract. I guess the next question is, what do I do with these computers? So I'm gonna take the rest of these hard drives out and then we're gonna decide what to do with them. Wow, this one is from 1995 and the hard drive is from 1996. What operating system did this run? It's like a Windows 95? Could this have been Windows 3.1? Should I fire this up first? Do I even have cables? Crazy, man. Man, can you imagine how many millions of these computers are in landfills? It is really too bad. How do you repurpose these? Like, can you break it down to like the metals and like melt the metal? Anyways, remember the other day when I said I needed to clean this room out? Well, now would probably be a good time. The main issue is we have 2 beds in here. Pretty sure I can break this bed down and stack them on top of each other. Right? Oh, that's a long though. This is a short. We can make it work. We can make it work. Okay, well, this is a bunk bed. That probably needs to be set up at some point. I need to set up this CRT TV at home because the one I'm using is not quite as good. This one's just so much heavier. But yeah, other than that, it's a good storage room now. Although, now I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this out so that I can put it up here when I'm doing narration. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. On a semi-related note, isn't it weird how much upkeep the physical world needs? It's like you can't even just let things sit there. If you let things sit there, they decay. You have to keep things clean, free of dust. You constantly have to be like pruning everything that you have, otherwise stuff just starts to take over. Dust settles and collects. The floors constantly need to be swept. I guess the same thing is constantly occurring in the natural world. It's just in that case, it's much more automatic. Well, I guess it's not even that automatic. It requires all sorts of living creatures to want to eat things. Why on earth was this shipped with that frame? Like, isn't this kind of a waste? So I've started to get really diligent about how I recycle. Because it's so unlikely things are gonna get recycled anyway, I feel like it's best to give the material as best of a chance as possible. Plastic stuff, take it to Target. Cardboard stuff, put it in your household recycle stuff. Styrofoam and other stuff that can't be recycled, throw it out. Because in 100 years, when people look back on our society and say, you guys were barbarians, I wanna be at least like, well, I tried. I tried. Does anybody else have a weird thing with scissors? For one, I need to be able to find scissors at all times. And two, crappy scissors are so annoying. Only good scissors, baby, come on, man. Like, you need scissors so often for so many things. I always have to have them at the ready, boy. Oh, good scissors. Whew. Now, speaking of maintenance, our GH4. This is the first 4K camera we had. We used it from Red River Gorge up to New River Gorge. Oh, that's funny, I didn't realize that before. Anyway, it works except for the flip screen. And I have it all packaged up to go send it in for repair just for posterity's sake. So a couple of things. First, I'm not that precious and nostalgic about like the physical cameras that I've used. I don't know why exactly. But it also feels kind of wrong to just abandon this camera. I mean, I've already abandoned the cameras we used from episode 1 through 8 because I'm not nostalgic about the way the video quality looked. And the actual physical device itself is almost meaningless to me to just take up space. And I would much rather somebody else get some use out of it. See, if I get this repaired, it's probably gonna be $300 to $400. I could just buy a used one in perfect working condition for that price. But then again, if I don't repair it, that thing is just gonna be kind of useless forever. And if I do repair it, at least somebody could use it. I don't know exactly. I do know that our GH5S has the same problem, so I will definitely get that one repaired. For now, it is time to eat. I know it's kind of funny, but it really is one of my favorite things to be in between projects because that's when I can clean up the house. I just love like feeling so free. Just, oh man, we're so free. Vacuum the house, oh man. So I think I mentioned it a week or two ago that I'm going to write one song a week. The first week was great. Second week, I was super busy finishing the Virgin Falls edit and the 50th episode, so I had no time to do that. Fortunately, I already have a skeleton in place for myself. That doesn't make it that much easier. But let's at least get started today. You know? I don't even know. I killed 50 men.